Okay. Right. Now, hopefully, I think I realized what the issue was. And that was who is now doing the UEFA Champions League. I put them into the description. So here we go. Right. 2 games in our season. 2 games where we're playing Arsenal on Sunday, 4:30, and the last game of our season, which is not next Sunday, the Sunday after, which is the 25th. Yeah, I think it was something to do with who broadcasts. I put them in description. So I've changed it. But here's what I'm saying. Seven points in this live. 7 points are, we currently sit third. 2 games to go. Now, I wrote this down. Who you're rooting for in the UEFA Champions League. Not even sure who's in the UEFA Champions League. If I'm blatantly honest, I've been concentrating on other things. Now, Arsenal sit on 68 points currently. We're on 66. If we get 2 wins, the maximum we can get is 72 points. Yeah. With the 2 games that's left from their 68 points, the maximum Arsenal can get is 74. Goal difference, between the two. They have a better goal difference than we do by 10 goals, which is one of the reasons why I say in a lot of my videos, goals galore. So, behind us is the ex-champions, Manchester City, 65 points, and the maximum they can get was 71. And that's by winning both their games. So they will be just behind us in 4th. Top 5 go straight through into next season's big one. Right, what we got? Yes, I did take one in chat because at the end of the day, I put something in the description and I kind of put somebody's nose out the joint. These things happen. This is some good mathematical analysis, Paul. Yeah, well, do you know the thing is, right? Moving forward from 2 games into next season, I'm going to try do collabs with other people. Barry, Peter, John, Paul, Rubenstein, to name a few. the Loaded Mag, NUFC, and more. Now, the points I've got, if everybody gets maximum points, everybody. Arsenal, 74. Newcastle, 72. City, 71. And Chelsea, 68. So, there's 5 spots. Yeah. So, we all know who the champions are. So, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Yeah. Now, there's 6 spots because Manchester United play Tottenham in another tournament, and the winner goes into the Champions League. So, yeah. Right, what else we got here? Glad you have to apologise. What foul language? I don't use foul language. Never have done, never will. Don't believe in it. Good evening. Here's the thing. Yeah, that's one of my little sayings. Here's the thing. I can't help it. Yeah, typical Geordie. Now, can we have some thumbs up? And I'm going to crack on because I've got a list of 7 things. So, anyway, let's get some thumbs up. And also, super chats are available. Memberships are available. The memberships are going to come in handy when there's no football at all, because some of you know there's good things coming. Yeah. Now, right, where was it? So, there's 6 different spots. We're in the top 5, and then the winner of Manchester United, Tottenham, they join us. A lot of people are talking about those games where, they're 15th, 16th, I believe. I don't look that far down in the Premier League. Sorry. But what I want to say as we push forward is this, and I've wrote it all down. And I'm going to show you it right at the end. Wage structures for our club. Yeah. I am tired, really tired of other clubs being able to spend gigantic amounts of money. And part of these equations, what I'm going to tell you, includes something I've already done. Now, Alexander Isak, yeah, top goal scorer. He needs help up front. We have Will Asula, yeah, but he's not getting game time. Sad, yeah, very, very sad. And the likes of, we are chasing at this moment in time, Brian Mbembo. We are chasing, looking at Jonathan Davids, but we're also looking at other people. And there's 2 transfer windows. So we've got to move. Right. You're very correct, Brett. You're very correct. And I'm not talking about that tonight. This is solely Newcastle United. Because I want us to hammer Arsenal. I really do. but they've got damn good players too. We all know that. I believe Saka's back, and we know they have goals in their team, but so do we. Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy, Anthony Gordon are so close to that magic 10. It's unbelievable. Clear winner. Well, we know that's Alexander Isak, don't we? Well, come on then. Let's get the likes up. Now, I want to see a massive improvement with our wages for our players. And I also want to see this. We got people playing at Newcastle United who used to be back with us in the Championship. Time to move on to a new club. Paul Mitchell, that's his job. Clear the decks. Bring in spaces for other people. Yeah. That is on the cards, and I'm not going to speak about that at all. I'm not even. I'll pronounce. I'll spell it out. INU who. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Brett's already mentioned it in chat, so let's get the likes up. Yeah. Because this is important. We need to get rid of the old guard. So we've got room in the 25-man squad for new blood. And we have to increase our wage structure to something close to reasonable. Yeah? Right. Dan Burns' song, it's already on YouTube. It's already there. You know, I mean, I wrote that just after he rose like a salmon and bang, hit the ball in the back of the net. I was so excited. And what you can do, you all can do this, is that song, that video, give it likes. It all helps. What we got here? Paul, just wondering, have you said previously you don't have any sports channels? Your links don't work due to broadband. Yeah. And you have been to one game. Yeah. One game. And I'm going to cover that because that is in this list I've got. But there's more in that list. And it's all related to our club. So as I was saying, with our players and the new players, we're owned by the Public Investment Company of Saudi Arabia. And it seems as though, you know, we are like paying out the lowest. So we need to change that. How do you watch a whole match? Xbox. Cool is saying dislike. Well, why are you here, Cool? Corvo is saying, who are those championship area players? Well, we have Sean Longstaff. We also have Jamal Lascelles. And I'm sure you'll be able to tell me a lot more. That was just two at the top of my head. Paul, there is a reason you misled No, you see, here's the thing, and you're going to have to wait because this live, this one, is covering Newcastle United moving forward to 2025 26. So if you want to talk about what was said to do with something else, that'll be in the next live. Okay? Yeah. Right, what else we got? Been a fan for 26 months, been to 4 games. Oh my. Are you doing a deep dive? Huh? You're sinking to the bottom of the biggest tank in the world. Huh? Is that what you're doing? Huh? You see, football uncensored, yeah? The first time I went to St James's Park, it got drenched. It was raining. I wasn't in the Gallagher, I was in the Leazes end. No roof. Yeah? Now, the memberships, yeah? Most of us have a club membership. Yeah? Would you agree, everybody? Most of us have a club membership. And recently, we switched over to digital. In other words, when we get to the ground, we get this out of our pocket, beep, and the turnstile moves. Football uncensored. You're trying to blow something, and you can't do it. You just can't do it, you know? Wait, what else we got? Could you make the CEO or they should? Do you know the thing is, right? Donkeys years ago, they were doing a rebuild of St James's Park because we're talking about Newcastle United, yeah. That all the scaffolding up and all that. Me and a lad were walking down Barrett Road, just past the garage, on the other side of the road, yeah, walking down, looking at the scaffolding, and I turned round and I says to him, he didn't support any football team. None. And I says to him, as we're walking down, there was a game coming up. And I says, right, tell you what, come with me. Where are we going? We're going to climb these steps. And that's what we did. We climbed those steps. We went to the Gallagher, climbed the steps, yeah, and little window turned round and says, how much for 2 tickets for the next game? Geezer turned round and says, that'll be such and such. Cheers, mate. There you go. So we had 2 tickets. Those 2 tickets was in the Gallagher, and we were just like, the goal was there, so we were above the goal, and we won that day. The kid who I took to that match went on to support the team we play on Sunday. Sometimes it happens, but he did say to us that was his first ever experience at any football match in his life. And he never stopped talking about it for about a month. Because the East Corner got a bit leery. Now, what we got? You don't listen to these fans, but you still... Whatever. Are you racing? What? Come again? That doesn't even make sense, man. Really. Now, this is talking about football. Most of the comments I've just heard, read in chat, nothing to do with football. Right, what we got? No, it wasn't Adam Pearson. I first met Adam Pearson. Where was it? St James's Park, where people walk up to the Milburn. That's where I first saw. Oh, look, we are talking about football. You want to talk about, whatever. At the end of the day, that's up to you. Next subject, our club crest. Now, our club crest. I saw Magpie Channel TV, Matty Renton first, then popped off from his after giving him a like, and I still got no likes. Never mind. You can't have everything. You in chat, you just want to play funny games and stuff. Benny, tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow, not tonight. Tonight's Newcastle United, because on Sunday the hope is we get something at the Emirates. That's all I want, something. Now, Club Crest. Apparently, there was a meeting last night, and at that meeting, they brought out an image. First saw that on Magpie Channel TV, so shout out to Matty Renton. And then I watched Paul Ditchburn of the Toon Review. I liked Paul's response. It was brilliant. Vomit. Right. So, Benny, you are just not listening. Yeah? Now, JR in chat has asked a very important question, and that question's on my list. Yeah. But I will get to it. Okay, JR? I will get to it. Because it's important. It relates to the wages of our players. Yeah. So, JR, just be patient with me. Give me a like in chat, and we'll get to it. So the club crest, yeah. Who remembers when I did the Open Sea collection? Who remembers that? Because here's the thing. The Open Sea collection was very basic, but it was there. You could see it. You could buy it. Yeah. Now, I asked something, a question, and it is possible to do what I asked, which pleases me. Because what it does is, in this next part, what I'm going to come to, gives our club more money. Now, this club crest, yeah, which I put stuff onto OpenSea. You can put stuff on Coinbase, Binance, BitBuy, and many other. Kraken. What's the other one? Moon and places like that. So you can put it everywhere. Yeah. Now, they were basic, and it was to show you out there in YouTube world, you can do it. You can create 10,000 of one. People buy them, there's 10,000. And if you went through the same process with others, you could do it again. And as you all know, we've got a 25-man squad. Right. Next one. We don't know this one yet. None of us. Not one of us in not one of you in chat, and not me either. Football Uncensored. Listen, you've heard me speak. Yeah? You've heard me speak. In this live and in other lives. If you are not happy, if you are not satisfied, there's over 1 billion people on YouTube. Go and find one. Because when we switched over to digital, yeah, I am not for anybody going to keep old tickets for St. James's Park, to like put them up on the wall. I'm not doing that. Not for anybody. See, I go to the game, I enjoy the game, and I come away with the ticket, and then at some point that ticket goes in the recycle bin. Otherwise it becomes a mess. So leave it. Drop it. Yeah? Because we went digital. Now, are we moving to a new St. James's Park? Or are they going to expand St. James's Park? Nobody knows. So, you can't afford ChatGPT Plus. What makes you think you can afford a football game? Here's the thing, yeah? This is an expression for you, an example, yeah? There's many people in chat who knew St. James's Park when we had a gigantic scoreboard. Am I correct, chat? Yes or no? So here's the thing. Back in that day, we had a big gigantic scoreboard, and the weather changes in Newcastle. It can be sunny one moment, and the next moment it's starting down. Yeah? So here's the thing. One person did not build the new stadium. That's impossible. It took teams, managers, designers, skilled tradesmen to build what is now St. James's Park. The only thing they didn't do when they put in all of the new bits and pieces, including the roof, the only thing they didn't do was put the scoreboard back in. Or they didn't upgrade the scoreboard. I'm not bothered. I am really not bothered at your comment. Not at all. and that's to Davy Hall. I am not bothered at all. See, you either stick to the past or you move forward. That's it. So there you go, Davy. Oh, yeah. Congratulations to them. Congratulations. Yeah. Right, what we got? Keen, you've got a problem. You've really, really got a problem. Now, as I was saying, are we moving from St James's Park across the Leazes to the other side? So we're going to be next to Fenham Barracks, brand new stadium, which I hope they name Aramco at St James's Park. Think about it just for a moment. Or are they going to do St James's Park up? That would be epic. What we got? Spot on, Road Dog. Spot on. You know, some people have a dodgy sense of humour, and dodgy things. Because, like, at the end of the day, breakups happen every day. It's only the old generation who actually value, like, the person next to them. Do you know what I mean? Right. As I was saying, yeah. The fourth part is, are we moving or are we staying? Nobody knows anything. And, that's the thing at the end of the day. Now, 1 second. Just 1 second. Where are you? Goodbye. They say one bad apple. Yeah. So, here's the thing. We got 2 games. And the possibility. We've got, I think it's 39 million for third, according to him. Then we have the money from when we went for Mark Gahey, which didn't get spent. The money from 3 transfer windows, nothing's been spent. So, yeah. I mean, you all know at the end of the day, come the end of this season, we've got to go out and get new players. So what we got here? How does it feel? What? Wow. Damn. Do you know something? Okay. Yeah. I've had enough. And every time you come in, you're going to be out again. I've just had enough. You see, a person trying, what you're trying to say, yeah, is I worked for a bus company for 11 years, but I only did like a day or so a week. And do you realise how bonkers that is? How utterly bonkers that is. So here's the thing, yeah? Next up, very contentious. Our ballot system has to go. The other system we had before the ballot system, no problem. You know, I want only the best for our club. That's the honest truth. You know, when I was doing the songs, it was to say to our players, get out there on that pitch and give them hell. Like when we played Chelsea, there was a banner pitch side, said the same thing. Got to be Eddie Howe. Got to be. You just said you. No. What I was saying was, did 11 years. And a certain person who's no longer in chat turned around and he's keep going on about, like, how many times I've been to St James's Park. It's crazy. And it's insane. I've been to every single part of St James's Park more times than I've got fingers and toes. I've been up, down, level 7, the back of the Gallagher, the front of the Gallagher, right behind the goal. I honestly couldn't tell you how many times. And, you know, people turn around and say that I've only been a supporter since, like, the takeover. You know? Crazy. Now, this ballot system, yeah? What I've wrote is this. When you buy a membership is 37 quid. Unless you go for Mags Plus. Correct? So, while I'm waiting for you to type it in chat, I'm going to read what you've got. Newcastle, Batman. Could be out for the rest of the season. That's possible. I mean, somebody, was it Matty Renton was talking about it, and I think was Rubenstein talking about something else. So in the past 24 hours, I've seen Adam Pearson's channel, Rubenstein's channel, Magpie Channel TV, Paul Ditchburn, Tomb Review, you know what I mean, talking about what's going on. Right. Do you plan to be a steward? No. I don't live in Newcastle. And no, I wouldn't. A steward, as far as I'm aware, has to look at the crowd. If I'm in St James's Park, I want to see what's on the pitch. And you know, if you apply to be a steward and you're looking at the pitch and not at the crowd, likelihood is you're going to get told off. Right. Eh? Say what? That's bonkers, man. Why didn't you just? Strange, very strange. Now, the sixth part, revenue increase for our club. Moving forward. Now, to those of you who know what GitHub is, some of you won't, but on GitHub, there's something on there which is related to NFT, but it's a different kind. It's not just a picture that doesn't move, freeze frame. It's not just that. So it's nothing like what's on OpenSea. Nothing at all. It's called a carousel. Yeah. And because it's a carousel, it has utility. What it needs is a license and permission from Darren Eales or one of the directors. It needs permission. Everything from it goes to the club. The whole lot. Pardon me. And that was created a few weeks ago or thereabouts. But it includes 4 things, and it just revolves, and that's all it does. But in it is things to showcase to every single person. 52,000 people, yeah. Add 52,000 to 30,000 who are waiting. You've got 80 plus thousand. Newcastle United sold, if they give approval, give a license, yeah, 80,000, 82,000 times, they would get money for new players, new improvements, etc. Now, what we got? Could the club not just create? Yes, they can, but they won't. I said this. I don't know how long I have been off Twitter, X. I don't know. I didn't put like a marker on the wall and say I've just left this, and that's the honest truth. But this is for Newcastle United, because the contents of this is solely Newcastle United. It's just to help Newcastle United with FFP and PSR. I need to say something else. Right. Where did you get 30,000 from? 30,000 people who are trying to get into St. James's Park. It's well documented in a number of national newspapers and Newcastle Evening Chronicle. And what I wanted to do was get this thing and say to them at St. James's, there you go. You have that full control. Just remember, you got full control, but just remember where it came from. That's it. And that was to turn around in, like, when the likes of Richard Masters, etc. I've got laughy bits. I've got laughy bits. You think it's funny? Huh? You think it's funny? Go and look on GitHub and then tell me it's funny. You know? This is the real McCoy man. And what it'll do, it's depending on how many places you put it on. Let's say you went for Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, Bybit, and boom. There's five different exchanges to put it on to sell to millions and millions of people. However, do you think they turn that down? Do you think those on those exchanges are going to turn around and go, I like that? Because it's not just a picture. It's like, example, it's not just a picture of Alexander Isak doing a pose after he's smashed the ball in the back of the net. No. It's more than that. And that's the whole point. It incorporates St. James's Park inside and out. And that's why. And that's to say to the club, you know, how many times have we been disappointed as fans, supporters? Because, you know, every other team in the Premier League is saying, oh, we'll have that person, we'll get rid of this person. Oh, yeah, we're going to definitely have him. And we have done disappointing. Expecting Eddie Howe to produce a miracle. You can do a miracle, but you can't do it season after season after season. You can't do that. If I was a real fan, I would I would. Where was it? Oh, I missed it. Black up my face to contrast me white hair. Well, the white hair came from the buses. Because people, when you're driving a bus, do some really crazy stuff. Like walk straight out in front of you. It does happen. Right, what we got? Yeah. Why would the club listen to you? Well, here's the thing, yeah? A person can only do so much. Like, you've heard, some of you know about GitHub. The rest of you don't, yeah? So those who know can look and see what's there on GitHub, and then on places like Twitter, X, you can turn around and put at Newcastle United in your comments to talk to your friends, your mates, and stuff like that. That goes back to the club. Somebody within the club does media. And if there's a flood of people doing the same thing, saying there's a way Newcastle United can earn more revenue, you'd be bonkers not to. You know? So, what else we got here? I didn't mention the second part, did I? I didn't mention it. Oh, and by the way, he has a a thing for you for every live going forward. If you do all caps, yeah, like you've done all caps, I'm going to put you right there, and you're in the sin bin because it's frowned upon. Every YouTube channel who finds out that people are putting that in that chat, they don't like it. So you're getting 10 minutes while I talk about something else. Where are you? There you go. See, YouTube has rules. If you're not going to abide by the rules, then a person, I try to be as nice as possible, and I never use foul language. I don't agree with it. So if you're putting a comment of something just a little bit off topic completely, I'm not having it. End of. I don't know. YouTube bot tracker. I don't know. I'm more bothered right now about something I'm going to speak about in another live, because this live is all about Newcastle United. You see, 2 games and then everybody goes on holiday. And then Paul Mitchell goes and does his hard work to find new people to come in and say to the old ones, I found you another club. Enjoy and thank you for your time. Because we have to move forward. Like I said earlier, are we going to, redo St James's? Are we moving up the road? No one has. Right, what we got? Lee. What? Explain. You've got me lost here. Can we get Mark on the live? Mark who, Benny? Mark who? Now, last little part, yeah? The last little part is this. What I've done for many people, I call them in my little statement when I post. I come out to their chat and I press share. And I always say, my fellow. Okay? I always turn around and say, I am sharing my fellow YouTube channel to you. And example, Facebook. Invest in us. Must have products. Geordie Nation, to name just a few. I'll share them there, highlighting their name. And one thing I want to say is this. In each one, I also put in the little comment at Newcastle United. Now, on Facebook, there's 4.7 million people who are pulled to that page. All right? And I want that to grow. And for 7 months, I am one of the top people on there because I keep getting notification saying, thank you. You are a top person who keeps on bringing the name onto Facebook's main page. And I have multiple pages. Right. So, what I'm saying is this. Better recognition. Yeah? Better recognition for anyone who is on YouTube, the likes of Adam Pearson, Matthew Renton, Lee Lawler, all the way down. Because when we're talking in our videos, how many times do we go at Newcastle United? It's a lot. And then we take our video and we post it here, there, and over there. It's not all on one platform. It's on many platforms. Many people who haven't been to Newcastle can read on other platforms, and they read an article or they watch a little video, and you've mentioned Newcastle United. It would just be nice if, because we're spreading the word. We're at the front, on camera, outside the stadium, in some occasions, after a match, before a match, coming up, and it would be nice if we had some back from the club to say thank you from 2025-26 season onwards, because we're all going to keep on doing the same thing. I've seen it where some people get to go in and they got to get some nice treats, but we all do the same work. I've covered seven different subjects. There we go. My spelling's atrocious, my punctuation's atrocious, but I've still covered 7 different subjects. Right? Now, as we've got 2 games left, that gives me time to concentrate on what should have happened in April. We're now in May. And to make sure that what should have happened in April happens this month, so you can all go and enjoy it. And I'll talk about the rest of it on another live, because I was live on Instagram this morning telling people about what I'm doing today, here, now. So thank you all very much. I mean, few bad apples in a barrel. I can't expect anything more. But what I will say is this: after the football's all finished, it will be connected to music, new songs, and the new songs, that's them. And I'll hold it for you so you can. Right, there we go. Those are in a style: heavy, fast, and loud. So the hope is, moving forward, the things which should have happened in April happen this month, and then as the money rolls in, I can turn around and say to one of the recording studios in the local area how much to hire and get stuff done, and then go in and bring out single, album, and move on forward from that. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do in the close season, so that come August I will make another prediction of where the following May we will be, and I'll hope, I'll cross my fingers, we do that. It's good feeling when you tell everybody, I'm going to be, Newcastle are going to be this place, and it happens. That's epic, man. So thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful evening. And what I will say, tell friends, tell family, those of you who are from Twitter, X, you want me back on Twitter? I want 1,000 subscribers, and every video has 100 likes, and then I'll come back. And you can do that, I'll come back. So enjoy the rest of your wonderful evening. Thanks for watching.